What's going on? What's going on, my people? It's your big homie Crooks the Great, aka CTG, and I'm back at you guys with another banger of an Undisputed news video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about a staffing change that's coming at SCI and how it's going to affect the Undisputed community as a whole. Now, I seen this message yesterday, but due to I had worked yesterday and my daughter had a sleepover, I wasn't able to make a video or really make any content yesterday at all because I was doing daddy duties, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to touch on this because it is a pretty big change. It is. In my view, it really is a big change because of the person that they let go of and how it's going to impact the community as a whole going forward. So let's go ahead and take a look at the message, and I'll elaborate on what I mean by that. So right here, it was from the Undisputed team. It says, "Hi all, we are sharing with you all that as of today, Steves is no longer part of Team Undisputed. Steves played an important role in streamlining community feedback and working closely with the dev team to ensure your voices were heard. We're grateful for the time, energy, and dedication he brought to the Undisputed community. In the coming days, we'll share more details on how we plan to continue gathering your input and deepening community engagement. We're committed to making sure your voices are not only heard, but truly reflected in the game's development. Your feedback, patience, and support mean everything to us. Thank you for being part of this journey with us, Team Undisputed." Now, this is a really big deal because as they touch on in the messages there, you guys, and if you guys aren't in the Undisputed Discord, you guys might not know this, but Steves was a really big part in the last, I'd say about the last month and a half, I would say, in getting the community involved with what was, and keeping the community involved with what was going on behind the scenes. I mean, from dropping patch notes to kind of touching on what the developers were working on to getting the community, taking community feedback and getting it to the developers so that way they could start making gameplay changes and stuff like that. He was a really big part in the last month and a half of being the liaison between the community and the devs. So now that he's gone, that leaves that position void. There's not that liaison between the devs and the community right now like there was, and that's gonna be a really big change. It really is going to be, because it's not only going to kind of leave the community in a little bit of confusion as to who they should talk to about gameplay changes or even DLC fighters and stuff like that. It's going to confuse the community, but it's also going to put more weight on the developers and more responsibility on the developers to be corresponding with the community, to be answering questions, which if you're a game developer, you already got a lot on your plate. You feel what I'm saying? The gameplay needs to be changed. You're getting people asking for DLC fighters. You're trying to capture, and you're doing so many things already. And then on top of that, now you're going to have, the responsibility of responding with your own community. And that's a really big thing. It's a really big thing. And that's why they got guys like Steves, and I believe JX Shep is another community manager. They put those guys in place to take that responsibility off of themselves and to have people in the Discord that were active with the community. I mean, Steves, I believe, is the one that set up the game feedback forum in the Undisputed Discord so that everybody could start posting up what they wanted to see changed in the game. So that's how important he really was to the Undisputed community. He was very important. But now that he's gone, it's going to be really interesting to see what they're going to do. Like I said, they have another community manager as well in JX Shep, but he's not really as active not nearly as active as Steves was in the community. JX Shep, I believe, is the one that did the reveal for the 1.4 patch. He was the one that posted up like the shorts and the videos and stuff like that. So I'm wondering if he's going to take over the role of doing what Steves is doing, or if they're going to potentially get another community manager in place. So that way, JX Shep could be focused on one aspect and the community manager will be on top of gameplay, being that liaison between the devs and the community. But this could potentially be a big deal, because if they don't get somebody in place, we could go back to kind of being in the dark with what's going on. And that's really something that I feel like the dev team tried to get away from with putting Steve's and JX Shep in place. But now that Steve's is gone, if they don't get somebody in there quick enough, or somebody in there that is on top of it like Steve's was, it could potentially start to create a problem, because now we're going to be more kept in the dark like we were at the beginning of the game. And that's what really frustrated the hell out of people. So I don't know exactly what happened with Steve's. I don't know exactly why he got pulled from that role, if it was because he wanted to be pulled from it, or he did something that made the dev team want to get pulled from it. I don't know. But either way, the dude was very, very active, and I appreciate him being on top of things. You feel what I'm saying? When he was a community moderator. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think this is going to be a big deal, or do you guys not think this is going to be a big deal? And are you guys concerned of it going back to the way it was when the game first got launched, with the dev team kind of keeping the community in the dark? Let me know what your guys' opinions are. I'm going to be responding to every single comment that's left underneath the video. So please let your opinions be heard. But that's it from me, my people. If you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to slap that subscribe button as well as slap that like button. It would be much appreciated. So that way this video does get tossed into the YouTube algorithm, and more people get to enjoy the great content that I have for you guys here on the channel. But until next time, my people, take it easy, be safe, enjoy the rest of your guys' day, afternoon, evening, depending on where you guys are watching this from. And I will see you guys in the next video.